Hello, let's talk politics. I'm a psychic medium and I'm going to answer some of your questions here. So, you can't make this stuff up. And the Epstein files, it looks like the current occupant, Kankles, we'll call him for now. I don't mean to name call. I don't want to connect with his energy that much. So, we'll be apparently signing off on the Epstein files. So the House and the Senate turned on him yesterday and decided not to support pedophiles. Okay? So murder, sex trafficking of children and adults, pedophilia, rape, money laundering. And somebody asked me, like, how is this about murder? Because I mentioned famous people have died. Well, we'll tell you again. First of all, Epstein, murder is highly suspicious. Like, gee, who would have wanted to silence Epstein? Okay. Here, you want your ball, boy? Here, get your ball. Who would have wanted to silence him? Epstein. Ivana. Ivana mysteriously was good friends with Ghislaine Maxwell and mysteriously went flying down the steps and died 2 weeks before her non-disclosure agreement was to expire. And months before that, Kankles, the current occupant in the White House, said, gee, wouldn't it be a shame if she fell down the stairs? Okay. The original Epstein lawyer, I believe, died. He was very elderly and at home. Virginia Dufresne, the girl who was sex trafficked out of Mar-a-Lago, okay, so she apparently was a suicide. I'm not really doubting that she was a suicide, but there's a lot of, and then another young girl who was apparently claimed to have been raped by the president as a child. She's mysteriously died. So people have asked me in the comments, like, what are you talking about? Murder of famous people. That's what I'm talking about. And so if you think that Epstein killed himself and mysteriously disappeared, think again. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. Some things, and some people said to me too, can I just do a psychic reading or just do politics? That's all that I have to talk about the topic and my understanding of it, and then I can look at answers. Okay. So I'm sorry if that bothers you, but or one person was saying, I was saying someone usually has done this in the past. That's a good predictor because you need to look at common sense, practical things when you're doing readings. Okay, we need to also connect it to, 3D world physical things. This is all for entertainment purposes only. None of this is facts in a court. Things need to be proved in a court of law, and there needs to be evidence. And so I am none of that. I'm looking psychically, looking behind the veil at what's happening. And I've been saying this for years, that Epstein was murdered and that this would come out and that Kankles was definitely involved. And I'm saying he's involved in all of the big topics: murder, sex trafficking, pedophilia, money laundering. Okay. So that's my psychic read for entertainment purposes only. There was also, let's look at if he's going to read the files, but also somebody was commenting, a couple people commented when I said in my last video, and I don't want to talk about anything that is not G-rated. I don't swear. I don't talk about things like that. But I also need to read on what's happening. So a couple people were saying, questioning where that email came out, Does Putin have pictures, or Putin has pictures of Trump blowing Bubba? Okay, that's what the email said. So that's on TV. That's on other channels. That's not just me saying some weird thing. And some people were saying, no, he's a germaphobe. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't work that hard to do that for somebody. He didn't used to be a germaphobe. This is when he was younger. So this is years ago. And when people are at sex parties and on drugs, they would do things that they wouldn't normally do. Okay. And I also do believe that there is a definite bisexual side to Kankles, whether he wants to admit it or not, of him, and you can tell he kind of is feminine in a lot of ways. He, even though he likes to present to be a big macho man, but they're so against gays. And he has a gay, JD Vance is gay or bisexual. Okay. So it's not like too far of a psychic reading. When I look at him psychically, I say, yeah, he could go both ways. Probably, maybe not his preference is probably young girls or younger women, but hey, things happen, especially when you're on drugs, and it wouldn't be like looked at as a job he had to perform on somebody, but a way of taking their power and getting a picture, so that could be used to blackmail people. So if you have somebody in a powerful position, you could blackmail them if you get them in that position. And so, stuff happens that, when people are, and I do believe he was on a lot of drugs and cocaine when he was younger. I think it's more like Adderall now, or prescriptions. I don't feel that he's actively using cocaine or other drugs now, the current president I'm talking about. So, yeah, when I look at him, but he has a propensity to be. I'm looking at the kind of. I'm seeing psychically that, yeah, he can go both ways. So that was a psychic reading, and I'm sticking to it. Now, was it Bill Clinton? I feel like they're compromising things for Bill Clinton, like they used stuff against him. But there are lots of other people involved that were famous and billionaires, and it may not. I don't believe it was a horse. Some people said there was a horse named Bubba. Bill Clinton's nickname was Bubba. So I'm feeling like now. I'm feeling like I don't think. Let's ask the cards. What again? Was that? Did they put the president? Did Kankles put the current president, Bill Clinton, when he was in office? Did he get a picture of him? Even if he didn't actually do something, just a picture appearing to be like, was there a picture taken? I'm feeling like there are pictures, that this is karmically coming out. Am I saying that Kankles did that to, I don't want to use explicit sexual term, did that what the email said to Clinton? Something like that, but not exactly that. Okay, so I could be wrong. Take it or leave it. I do believe there are compromising pictures with a lot of people. So let's talk about the files coming out. And sorry if this isn't fun and you don't think it's politics, but it really is. Okay, so the files coming out. So I don't see what I'm seeing when I ask, will Kankles release the Epstein files out for everybody to see, finally out? No. he's going to sign it so it looks good. He's going to sign the thing and then see everybody. Now you can all be quiet. I signed the thing. And then what I read on a few days ago was that Bondi would open an investigation. She says there's new evidence. There is no new evidence. So they're showing that they have a little file like this thick of a couple of little things that they're trying to say is the file, when actually what they have is thousands of documents, pictures, videos. They have a huge, so it's like if you had, and they put it's been recorded. There were FBI agents that recorded this, and it's all put together. It looks like it's in a block of information with different sections. So it was sorted out of different people. There's a lot of different people and a lot of different, this is huge. So there's a lot of information that they have that they are not going to release. So he's going to sign it, and it's just going to be for show. He's just going to show, see, everybody can be quiet now and let's move on. So here's the thing, is that I'm seeing psychically that they're holding this huge tranche of information that they've tried to compact and hide away, and they're pretending it's just this little file of stuff that's already been released. So that's not true, and they are going to do an investigation and try to drag this out. But here's the thing. Congress, the House and the Senate has already turned on Kankles, okay? So he is weakened, okay? And information is going to be coming out. There's pictures coming out from the estate. And I saw on MSNBC last night, one of the victims who said she had been in Mar-a-Lago and in the island and in New York in the Epstein estate up there. And when the person leading the show asked her, was she raped by Kankles, she would not answer. That is a yes. So there are living witnesses who were sex trafficked, and there are others hiding. Let's look at how many others are hiding in the 1,000 victims because there were only how many, I don't know, 20, 40 victims at the Congress yesterday and the last time. But there are at least 1,000. There's also about 900 plus FBI agents that have seen the real files and the pictures. You can't just get rid of all those people and wash their brains out, okay? You fire them and they could come forward, they could leak information, you keep them in. This is going to come out. What I'm saying is, this is still coming out, even though he's going to try to hide it, okay? With this new investigation, it's still going to come out. So let's look at how many of the current of the victims that are still alive were directly trafficked by or raped by the current president. How many? I have to shuffle the cards and look psychically. How many? I hear we are many. I feel like some of them are hiding, and some of them are being encouraged by other survivors that we need to come out. Now that this vote and this petition has gone through, I don't know if it's going to give me a number, but I do get there are many. And they have been silenced from fear, because you could have not only be attacked legally, you could have your life threatened or your children. The Democrats are going to help them come out, okay? So this is not going to go away. He thinks it's going to go away. What does that mean? Are you coming out? I feel like there's enough, okay? I feel like there's enough evidence and people coming forward. Not all will come forward. Some, I feel like they're going to stay hiding. They just want to put it behind them like it was a nightmare and that they don't want to deal with again. But it has to come out, and it will come out. And so let's look later at the midterms and how this is affecting what is the reckoning, because there is a reckoning coming for Cankles and these wealthy men. This is not going to go away. Okay? And it has fractured MAGA. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Yeah. So, yeah, they're just going to say it's an ongoing investigation. There is no new information. That's a lie. Yeah, there are living survivors that were directly impacted by this. Okay. Now, let's go on and look at, was J.D. Vance a victim? Someone asked me, and if you leave, I read the comments, and if you leave questions there, I try to put it on the next show, and I usually do shows on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I probably won't do much of, I'll do a little show on Saturday because I'm teaching a class on past life regression, which is on my website, sibylharmony.com. So check out that. It's going to be an awesome class. It's a 2-hour class, and you will experience a past life regression and learn how to do it. So you can get a recording so you can do it for yourself or others. And it's really going to be an awesome class. I also have Healing with the Angels class coming up December 6th. So that's going to be super awesome, where we're going to be doing healings, connecting with angels and ascended masters and manifesting. So it's really fun and amazing healing class. So check that out. It's also on my website. You can join the members if you choose to work with me more one-on-one and ask questions. I do guided meditations or healings there. So it's a really cool group master class in memberships. You can click, it has to be on your computer. I think sometimes the phone doesn't work to press join, and you can join us. And that is every second and fourth Saturday of the month. It won't be this Saturday, but it'll be the following Saturday. So check that out. Okay, so let's look at, was J.D. Vance a victim of Epstein? No. I feel like he was in school or he was doing something else while that was going on, but he is connected in something funky with Mr. Teal, who is also openly gay billionaire. Okay, so I believe, let's ask, was Peter Thiel involved with Epstein? So in that way, we believe he was groomed to be a senator, and his place as the VP was basically bought and arranged by these people who have information on things and have a lot of money. So let's ask, was Peter Thiel involved, Peter Thiel, his financial backer, his groomer, involved with Epstein? I believe it was out. Yeah, wow. This is not heterosexual stuff I'm looking at. See what the cards say. Yeah. Yeah, he's involved. There was money laundering. There was trafficking. So it looks like boys or men. Wow. He definitely was involved with some kind of harsh stuff here. Yeah, yeah. So did this kind of contaminate JD? Kind of groom him? Yes, but I don't feel like JD was ever on a plane or trafficking people. I feel like JD has a kind of, I don't want to look at that, bisexual preference, definitely with him too. A lot of these guys are gay or bi and they're pretending that they're Christians or something. It's really bizarre. Okay. Yeah. So was he technically a victim? You could say every victim has a younger part of them that was vulnerable and used and programmed. And so, either what happens with people who are sexually abused is that they either turn into an abuser themselves or they turn it in on themselves and become depressed or suicidal or use drugs or, you know, and have bad relationships. So it can be turned out or it can also be turned in on oneself. So for him, I feel like he was a little older. I don't really feel like he was a child when this happened, but I do feel like he's been kind of programmed here. Um, is he a perpetrator of, is JD a perpetrator of sexual abuse? Has he, I mean, he is protecting pedophiles and sexual abusers, but is he, in things that he says, so they're showing me like he says things, um, like I see him saying, like, sit down and shut up, don't talk about the truth, because he wants to only say things. He doesn't want to tell the truth. He wants to say what he's been told to say by his groomer. So, in that way, is he a verbal abuser? Yes. Is he a physical abuser of other people? Um, I'm saying not yet. I like if he had the chance, I wouldn't put it past him, but I don't know that he's had the opportunity to do that. There are some very shady looking things that I won't tell you what I'm looking at. I don't want to look at that really in the past around his childhood or just in his college years. There's the whole joke about the couch being the, I guess, the, how you say that? Don't know how to say that in a proper way. So there's a whole thing about the joke about him and couches. I think it was in his book or somebody, one of his college mates said they walked in on him doing something to a couch one day. Sorry. Sorry for the visual there. Okay. I mean, because all these people are really dirty and uh, how do you, demented, uh, dysfunction. How do you say? Just really kind of not quirky, but yeah, debauchery. It's just like, yeah, they're very wealthy and they're bored and they don't mind if they use other people or rape that they think they can do. I mean, this is debauchery. Maybe is the word I'm looking for. I don't really like to read on this, but I mean, who likes to hear this? But we need the truth to come out, and let's look at how this is going to have a reckoning because of how it's going to come out in the midterms. Because he's going to try. Let's ask this: Kenkels is going to try to hide this, and the Justice Department is going to hide that Pam Bondi. I don't really feel like calling her the Justice Department because I feel like she's a crook. But so they're going to try to hide this, but let's ask the cards. Let's ask Spirit. Is this, yeah. Okay, so what I'm seeing psychically, I'll look at the cards, but what I'm seeing psychically is there's a huge, and it's coming from the right. Because the Dems are already, we've been saying this for yet forever, but now it's coming from the right, from other politicians. There's a huge, like it's a giant cliff and it's dark and it's leaning and it's about to fall on him. And he's standing there going, thinking he can just talk about things and make it go away. It's not going away and it's going to fall on him and crush him. I just heard it will be his demise. This can't, will the murders ever come out? Let's look at, will this be, show me in the cards, will this be his demise? Will this be Kankel's demise? I hope you have a good day after watching this stuff. You can feel good that the truth is going to come out. See here, the truth about what really happened, even the BJ or whatever, the truth with young people, the Democrats are going to bring this out. It's involving foreign countries. Will this be his demise? What does that card mean? Will this be his demise? He's going to try to hold on. He's going to stall this out. He's going to try to just say, oh, yeah, we're investigating. We can't talk about this. Change subject. He's even, I said they were going to roll back the tariffs, and they're doing, he's even trying to, oh, let's look at healthcare. Are they going to send some check? What are they going to do with that? Let's look at that again. But he's going to try to hold on here. This will be his demise. There are people coming forward with evidence, prosecutors, even people with money. This is going to be his demise. He will stall this out and try to, this will be his downfall. There is evidence coming forward. Good people will bring the evidence forward. So don't worry. Don't you worry. It's going to be resolved. We will be vindicated. Okay? Good Lord. God, when I talk about this stuff, it just, I'm sorry. I wish I was on here sharing about, I do that in my classes, in my private, if you watch my spiritual videos, healing positive things. But this is the dark stuff. We need to get to this and get to the truth, and the truth will set us free. And the truth, I keep saying there's pictures coming out. There's people still alive. They can't just kill. When I asked my guys, they said there's over 900 FBI agents that have seen this stuff. They can't just hide it away. What are they going to do? Fire all those people and give them non-disclosure agreements? Or, I mean, you can't get rid of, it's out there. The truth is out there. And we are in a time where you cannot hide the truth, and that's a psychic reading. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's look at the midterms, the reckoning coming. So the midterms, okay, is this going to affect, let's ask, is this going to affect the midterms? Because the Senate and House have now turned against him. Like, you're not such a big bad bully anymore. And that Saudi murderer, him rolling out the red carpet and horses and all this pomp, that was just disgusting. Okay, that I saw Jamal Khashoggi's widow on TV. I mean, good Lord. He's so ugly. And thank you. ABC finally stood up and asked him a question for that brave reporter who's actually doing her job, asking the tough questions and reporting on the truth. Thank God for some, we have to be brave now. We are brave souls. Do you think I was worried even like before the Jimmy Kimmel thing? I was like, oh, I gotta get, should I be doing this? One Australian reader who's very good. I heard her when the election happened. She goes, I guess now all the American psychics will be silenced, but I'll still keep doing this because I'm safe enough in another country. And we're all no, we will not be silenced. That's how we're going to take back our country. We are the land of the free and the brave, the home of the free and the land of the brave. Or is it the other way around? You get what I mean. We are not. Sorry, there's a dog, but my tenant's dog is barking. I don't know what's up with that dog. Okay. It just ignore it. Just go on with the reading. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can. Poor guy, but I can't let him out. It's not my dog. They have a walker that comes. So, okay. So what would we do? Oh, the midterms and the reckoning. So this is a reckoning coming, and we are not going to back down. And even the MAGAs want it, so they're the ones that are going to take him down over this. But let's look at the midterms. Oh, did you see that? They said the judge in Texas, they can't gerrymander the seats. We're already gerrymandering here. I believe we are. So, yeah, you can't cheat your way in, which is what he thought he would do. Terrorize people with, and I haven't read on the immigrants because I don't really, I just feel awful. I don't know what to read on that. I know that churches and moms are, and there's things you can do to protect your neighborhood and your neighbors, and I'm all for that. But it's like we're living in a type of before the war in Germany with the immigrants. That's what's happening here in America. Yeah. That's Trump's America. Oh, I said his name. Okay, so let's look at a midtermies. Boy, we get a lot of information in a little amount of time. I'm good. Okay, midterms. So let's look at, will he be impeached over this? This investigation is just going to go on and on. Will he be impeached over this? Is this what he'll be impeached over? Will he be impeached over the Epstein files? Will Kankles be impeached over the Epstein files? He thinks he can get away with it, but the Republicans are going to say no. Wow. Will he be impeached over the Epstein? Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, my God. That's looks like the plan. I get, these are yes cards. Yes and yes. There will be a plan. He might be gone by the time they do this. I'm going to have to put this on hold for a minute. I will be right back. Yes. So there will be a reckoning. He will be held responsible for this. The truth will come out, and it's going to be, it's just getting started. Starting with, the investigation with like Alex Acosta. Why did he let that happen? And all the worldwide sex trafficking rings that are still continuing today without Epstein. So this is still going on. But this is mostly about Epstein and what happened with him and his island, and the banks that were involved, the money laundering, the sex trafficking. And Cankles will probably not be around when this comes out, by the time this comes out. But the truth is coming out, and a lot of other people will be held responsible. So let's look. So I do feel like he could very well be impeached for this, among other things. But I mean, maybe if the economy was going good and he was a good president, people would be like, oh, did he really? But no, there are a lot of people who are MAGA people who this was their whole thing. This is what, why they went to rallies and put up with him and put up with the, you know, fought so hard for him, because he was going to expose this, and now he's hiding it, and he's actually probably the main perpetrator. Okay, so let's look at let's still look at the midterms. Will Democrats take the House in the midterms? Will Democrats? I feel like yes. Mike Johnson's going to be out of there. I feel like there may be a woman who's a leader. I don't know that Hakeem Jeffries stays there. I just got a jumper. Yes, we will take the House. Will Democrats take the House in the midterms? Yeah, because of all the secrets and the way they treated the people. This is yes. Yes. We got to fight. Uh-oh. There's going to be a fight. Yes. The law, the courts, the law will come in, because they're going to try, they're going to throw money at this. They're going to try, because a lot of these billionaires, oligarchs, they would rather kick people off their health. They don't care if people die. They don't care if people have food. They don't care if people have medical care, health insurance. They're trying to take this as a fight. This is a fight, but we are going to win. Oh my God. That's the House. That's how the House is looking. Let's look at the Senate. Will we win? Will the Democrats win the Senate? We had a jumper. New beginning. Oh. Will the Democrats win the Senate in 2026? Will the Democrats take the Senate in 2026? Let's look. I feel like Schumer's out of there. There's a lot of younger, new people coming in. I feel like we have a new leader. Oh, John Thune is out of there. I think we got it. Let's look. Man, it's just treacherous. Yeah. Yeah, because of what the courts and the gerrymandering have done, but I see us coming in and taking the Senate. Come on. Uh-oh. I'm going to say that's a yes. Is that a yes? Will the Democrats win the Senate in the midterms? Show me 3 cards. Yeah. Okay. And that means Kankel's whole, even if JD gets in there, they're all going to be leaving. They're all going to be impeached because look at this. Yeah. Yes. Money. People are going to throw money at this. We're going to be celebrating. Yeah. Okay. I was a little worried with that. I'm like, I don't know what that 8 of Cups meant. I was like, what? We still got some time to go, so we need to look at it, but it's all hands on deck. You know, post on social media, like and subscribe channels like mine because it puts them out more in the public, or other channels that are pro-democracy. You know, talk to people who are open-minded. Donate, door knock. We need to start the midterms like only a year away. Okay? Only a year away. All right, let's look at healthcare. And then I want to look at Mondami because I really like him. And he's a real threat to Kankel's regime because he actually wants affordability and he's going to do things to help people, even though they're really trying to destroy the blue and even the purple states. They're going to turn against him because of what Kankles is doing. Even with all the misinformation, truth is going to come out. Okay, so let's look at healthcare. So when I'm looking at Kankles psychically, I'm seeing that he's going to put out a 1-page. So healthcare, mind you, is Obama had a whole team of people working to figure it out. And even after they put it up there, it was hard to get it sorted out. And now I think we should have universal health care like they have in Germany, Norway, Canada, where if you get cancer, you have a catastrophic accident, you don't end up losing your home and your business, and your family is still going to be okay financially because they take care of their people. Like there's no reason we shouldn't have that. So I see that coming in the future, and we the people need to demand that. We pay taxes instead of paying for wars or billionaire tax breaks. We should be paying that our own health care is taken care of. It's not socialism, okay? The billionaires are getting socialism now. So that's what's happening. Okay. So, but Kankles is not, they are not interested. They've been trying to destroy healthcare, the Republicans and this Project 2025 and all that. They just want to destroy it. They want it to be like a third world country. They do not care. Actually, they prefer if people die, so then there's less people voting against them and bothering them. I hate to say that, but that's reality. They do not care. In fact, it'd be easier for them if you were not around. I'm sorry to say that. That's how they think. Or they're just freaking evil, probably both, depending on who you're talking to, who you're looking at. Okay. So to do a healthcare, I mean, I don't understand this, but even people who do this for a living or politicians, it's supposed to be their job. Is there a group of Republicans that are going to sit down, or one person or the president? They don't care about healthcare. They're not coming up with they have concepts of a plan. They've had that since 2015, whatever. There's no replacement. They want to repeal, but they don't have a replacement. So what Kankles is going to do is he's going to come up with a talking point of like saying, see, we're going to send you a check. So if your health insurance is, costing you $50,000 a year if you have an accident, and they give you $2,000, what is that going to do? Basically nothing. Or you're going to buy your own insurance. What are they going to give you, $2,000 every month or every year? I mean, putting out a 1-page talking point to sound good is what he wants to do, because everything's a TV show. He doesn't actually want to do any work. He doesn't actually want to. What legislation has he ever put forward to help people? Nothing. Except for billionaires. He helped them get tax breaks. So Yeah, he's going to have a talking point. We're doing this. So, but let's ask with the cards, are the Republicans going to come up with are they going to come up with so now they can vote against him because they already have. Are they going to come up with, or there'll be less you know, supporting, you know, less, more easily inclined to vote against him because they already have now. So the spell has been broken. That Kankel's had over, no one can go against me, or you're going to be primaried or get death threats. So is Kankel's or any Republicans planning a health care plan? Am I wrong? Because when I'm looking at it, I just see one piece of paper. He has one piece of paper, not a plan, which would be, you know, thousands of laws and how you're going to do this and how the tax break or whatever, you know, not, you know, a campaign. We need to start this and we want to present this to people. One little piece of paper. That's not a plan. Maybe it has two, but there's barely any writing on it. One or two pieces of paper. That's his plan, an announcement. But let's see, is there some, you know, I highly doubt Project 2025 is coming up with something to help people. Do the Republicans, they want to push back against the Democrats. They want to just take away what we do have that is maybe not the best, but it's at least it's something that people can try to deal with. So what if there's just nothing? What? And then I'm like, okay, so do they have a plan? Are they going to come up with a plan? It's almost like, I don't even know if I should read on this, but well, let's just look and see what the cards, if they give us, Spirit gives us more information. Show me Spirit in the cards. Are they going to come up with some kind of a plan to give people a check or something for health care? Are the Republicans or Kankles going to come up with a plan? Yeah, I just feel like it's a one-time, like, there it is. So he shows the one piece of paper and then he looks down and goes, that's a big mess. But what is he doing about it? Let me shuffle the cards right. Are they going to come up, is Kankles and the Republicans going to come up with a plan for health care? Not saying it's a good plan, but are they going to come up with a plan? Oh. They got the tax thing repealed and they're going to betray people. That's their plan. They got their fancy super, you know, Senate and House health plan that works really well for them. They don't, you know, ooh, look at this. They are going to abuse the American people. Look at that. They're going to abuse us. Huh? This is going to cost them the election. Okay. There may be some check coming up. There may be something. They're going to offer something that, yeah, will, they're going to offer something. What is that something? Let's ask now. What is that something? Is that something that they offer? Is it going to help people? Is that something that they offer the American people going to help us? Is that something that they offer us going to help us? Oh, I just realized my microphone has not been on. I hope you all could hear me. Oh my God. I'll have to check the video before I post it. Or start all over again because, of course, it's Mercury retrograde. Is the something that they offer us going to help people? It's like all of a sudden they come up with like, here's a check. It'll be something that people can work with. Is it going to help people? Okay. It's not universal health care. They're going to have to do something. Okay. They're going to have to do something. Okay. So, I mean, it's not helping people a lot, but it is something. All right. I still see him losing the election, but okay. I want people to have health care, even if it's Republican, whatever, or not even that good, but something. So let's ask, is Kankles going to send a check? So he's going to make an announcement. Is he going to send people a check? Is he going to send out to maybe low income people, or somebody, gets some tax credits? Or let's ask, is he going to send a check? 3 cards. Is he going to send a check? Yeah, but I feel like it's a one-time thing, or then it peters off. So here's the people who are needing. Yes, he's going to offer something, but then it's like, then what? But you can't just send one check. Yikes. Okay, so I feel like his brain is kind of screwed up, and he's like, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to, like, he's going to give it to, who is Kennedy? Oy, oy, oy. Is Kennedy going to come up with a health plan? Is Kennedy going to come up with a health plan? Like, he's going to tell somebody else, like, wait, who's going to do this? Russell Vought? Stephen Miller? They don't want to do it either. Is Kennedy or Dr. Oz? I feel like it's Oz and Kennedy are going to come up with some kind of thing. Are they going to come up with something? Because they have to do something, Are they going to come up with some kind of... Does this happen after the midterms? Let's ask. Is Kennedy and Dr. Oz going to come up with something? Are they going to be told to figure something out? Yeah. Yeah. They're going to have something where they give something to people because they have to. Yeah, but it's not going to be sustainable, and then it's not going to work. Okay. It's not a good plan. It's just, they're going to just make an announcement and throw something out there, and whatever. I mean, I don't want you to be worried about your health care, but just be prepared that they don't know what they're doing, and they're not really going to come up with a good plan. They just want to take away, they want to take away what's there because they don't want Obama stuff. So then it'll be called Kankle Care. Okay. Or, this current president's name, Care. God. Let's ask. I think I asked this before, but let's ask again. Are we going to have good health care in America? Are we, after the next presidential election, are we going to have, so maybe we're looking at 5-6 years from now, are we going to have universal health care? Or I already saw that we'll have universal health care at some point. Are we going to have, like, Medicare for everybody? Are we going to have good health care in America after the 2028 election? Are we going to have good health care in America? We're going to have good health care in America. Yeah, I see somebody showing a good plan. I see a good plan coming. Okay? All right. From now, you've got to really take care of your health. Because, yeah. So People are not happy with what we have. Okay? We are not happy, and right now it's stalled. When it happens, it's going to happen quickly. Yeah, because people are going to be done. I feel like there's a presidential candidate that's going to come forward and say, here's my plan. Let's give this to the people. And then when they get in there, yes. I don't know that it's universal health care, but I feel like it's a better plan. I do see universal health care. Let's ask, will we ever, like in the next decade, will we have universal health care in America? Will we have wouldn't that be amazing? Will we have universal health care in America in the next decade? 3 cards. Will we have universal health care in America in the next decade? And some people might be saying, I need to know now. Yeah, yes, definitely yes. This is where we are now. We're trapped. We're overcharged. We have, bad coverage. We're stuck. Yes. And yes, we are going to be made strong, healthy, and whole. So at least we can have that if that's too long for you to wait, then it could be here for your children. But it is coming. New good energy is coming. Okay. So let's look at, because people are done with the old crap, sorry to use that language, but let's look at the tariffs. I'm sorry, not the tariffs, Mandami. How you doing, Mandami? How's he doing now? He is happy. He is working on stuff. Wow, he's got financial things coming. He really, the way I see it, he really is a family man. He really cares about families and people. He is not against Jewish people. Some people, there was some, wrong publicity out about him. Yeah, he's, I believe he's Muslim. He's from the Middle East, but he's not against Jewish people. So that's not true. Okay, so let's look at Mandami. How will you do this year? How will you do this year? I was saying he has to be careful. How will you do this year? How you doing? I feel like he's really happy and excited, and people are supporting him this year, and I feel like he's grounded. He doesn't want to get into blame games. He wants to just solve problems. And he's really playful too about how he does it. Like he wants people to have fun again and be happy. Look at him. Look at his cards. Yes and yes. Yes, financially. It's like there's no way he can go wrong. Oh, a new start. Yeah. He's part of the new Democrats that are coming in that are really going to help people. And there's going to be they're going to come at him. There's going to be a lot of misinformation put out around him. So be careful of that. He wants to do a lot of things. He's trying to do a lot of things, but he's like one of the leaders of the new energy, and it's always harder. So they're going to put out misinformation, even some of the mainstream media, because this is corporations, and he's really fighting for people. So there's going to be a lot of misinformation. Let me look at him. I think his term is 4 years. Let's look at his 4 years in New York, Mandami, the next 4 years. Because they're trying to withhold money from projects, building things. Mandami, let's look, the next 4 years. Oh, he has the law on his side. Mandami, let's look. Oh, he's a Libra. That's him. Okay, I believe he's a Libra. I might be wrong about that. Let's see. Let me ask. What is Mondami's birth date? Oh, he's a Gemini. No, that's the wrong Mondami. Sorry. Wait, let me put this on hold while I look at this. Yeah, okay. He is a Libra. That is his card, the Justice card. Okay, so that shows him doing good. The next 4 years for Mondami. And you know that gunshot when Kankles was supposedly shot in the ear? You notice how his ear just grew back with no scar? That was not, his ear was not shot. There was probably a little piece of glass cut him. And he's all fight. Because I heard a lot of young men are like, yeah, he stood up against it. No, he didn't. That whole thing was a show. It just to get him elected, you know. Oh my God. If you're doing that, imagine how corrupt you are to make that whole thing up. And then even someone got killed in the audience, one of his followers, and then the young kid, whoever was set up to do that or whatever, and his life is ruined, his whole family. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This guy is like seriously demented and twisted, sir. I mean, was it an actual was it an actual assassination attempt? That's a whole question. Wait, did he? Let me ask. Did he? Oh, let me look at Mondami first. Okay. One thing at a time. Sorry. There's so much going on. Like you could just keep going and okay. So Mondami 4 years from now. For the next 4 years for Mondami. I feel like he's continued to be celebrated. I feel like he has to compromise on some things. He doesn't want to fight with people. He wants to win. He wants people to win. Yeah, he's going to put out his message. He's going to do some things to help people financially. Yeah, this is really good. He's going to be a very successful governor of New York. Yeah. Okay. Or governor, I'm sorry, mayor. He might be the governor. Oh, he's on his way. He's on his way to something better. I feel like he's just getting started. He may end up the governor. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. Okay. So what were we going to look at? What was I going to look at? No, I don't know. Okay. I guess we're done. We've been going on for an hour, so I guess that's pretty good. Whatever it is, I'll remember and write it down for our next show. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I really appreciate you. And we will be seeing you soon. Take care. Bye for now.